interviewed several builders, and several were very expensive, and they would do it all for you, which for us, like, as I'm an interior designer, so it's like, I'm going to be involved. I have strong opinions about the way things look and function, and I'm doing all the architecture too, so I'm going to be there every day regardless. So I don't know that we need to pay someone to do everything for us and just sit back and let them make decisions when we have strong opinions. So part of it was trying to find someone who was willing to be a little more flexible so that I could be involved. And HomeWrights, we met them and we're like, they're fantastic. Like, they're great people. They're good to work with, and we've been impressed.
And to that end, we were looking more for a partner, right? Not just somebody that we could say, hey, go build us a house. We're looking for a partner that's going to go with us and say, hey, we as she mentioned, we have opinions and ideas of what we want it to look like, what we want it to be for our family, the home that we want it to be. But there's areas that we don't have expertise in, that we don't know about, that we need and could really use somebody to come in and help us.
So give me an example, like what?
From zero to weather tight, no idea.
So for example, foundations.
Right.
We don't know much about concrete and foundations and what goes into that part of a house. So for us, that's a huge part of your house, right? You need to have that.
You better get that one right.
Exactly.
Right.
Or you got other problems, right?
Can't make a mistake.
Yeah.
So having them being able to and provide the expertise, and not only the expertise and knowledge, but also the contractors that go with it. Because for us, the other part is Annie does have a lot of contacts, and she has a lot of experience working with contractors and designing the homes and designing the spaces and the interiors to make them feel and be a wonderful space. But she doesn't have the contacts that you need to get a foundation built. Right?
Sure.
So
HomeWrights offered you a list of subcontractors to work with?
They have a whole, it's a little website you type in Windows, and like 20 people come up, and you're like, perfect. I've got these brands, I can talk to these people, so you can get competitive bids. So we were able to get, and we've only been here in Colorado for 2 years, so I don't necessarily have all the contacts that I would had we been here for 20 years, right? So for them to like open their contacts and their, people that are already vetted, they do a great job. Like, we've been super impressed with all the contractors, and I've worked with a lot of contractors. So I'm like, no, these are like really good. They're good.
Yeah. So it's a combination then of that expertise and 20 years experience that Gary and Bob and Justin and the rest of the team bring.
Or more.
Right? Plus the relationships that they bring and the skilled labor that they can give us access to.
And you said you guys have been married for a while?
12 years.
12 years? So how has HomeWrights been as a marriage counselor? Has it been helpful to have them in the background?
So I know exactly what you're talking about, because
it breaks up a lot of marriages, building homes,
We actually have like really similar preferences and tastes, so it hasn't been a big. I mean, the main things have been like, do we want to spend that extra money for a giant patio? Okay, yeah, let's do. But other things like, okay, let's just do the less expensive roof. Because, so there's certain things that we're having to balance.
But to your point, there's always
stressors. There's always stressors, and this is it's a huge undertaking. You want to do it with people that you like.
But you have somebody you can call and say, hey, we're having a debate about this. What do we do?
Right.
Yes.
What do you guys think?
Right. And we do that all the time. We're like, just basically.
But it's fun, isn't it?
It is.
It's a fun thing. I did it recently myself. It's cool.
Nice. Yeah.
It's absolutely all the effort and the turmoil and going through making decisions and addressing things that you don't know about or trying to work things is absolutely worth it in the end, right? And HomeWrights is right there with you to help you navigate all those barriers or those things that you don't know about, to help you get to the end in a place that you're maybe not as frustrated and things didn't seem like as big of a deal because you had someone to help you through it. And it provides a lot of great value just from that perspective of maintaining your relationship and your sanity while you're going through it.
And talk about a sense of pride when you're done with this and I was here every step of the way. How cool is that to be able to say you're part of it?
I'm just excited to bring friends over and have like a cool place that we actually really like. You're like, come in, and yes, we designed it. It's really fun.
So the value of a custom home, right, and us being intimately involved in it, it fits our family and it fits our lifestyle and what we're, the environment and the experiences that we want for our family, for our friends, all those things are now coming to life because we could partner with somebody with like HomeWrights, not just saying, hey, we have ideas, then can you go build this thing for us?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, for example, like the custom home, we have 2 little boys. They eat a lot, and they're only 2 and 5. So I'm assuming this is going to just exponentially
Right.
expand the amount of food we need to get at Costco and whatever, right? So we have like extra butler's paints, and we have a cellar. We've got like designed all these extra little things because I'm like, we need to have a ton of food all the time already.
Yeah.
And they're tiny, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, how did you hear about HomeWrights?
We we looked at a couple other builders that were all word of mouth, and none of them really were a good fit for us. And then we just started Googling different options, and they came up in one of our owner builder searches. And we, on Google, you're like, I could find someone awesome, or they could be a total bust and have a really nice website, or you don't know. So we wanted to meet them. We called them. We met them several times. He has a really good sense of like first impressions. He has a really good sense of who people are right away, which is amazing. I'm like, let's go together. So we went down and met with them probably 4 or 5 times. We had some delays just getting like permits, and I feel like we had many conversations to get.
Which anybody would, and that's how it goes.
Right. But it gave us more time to just get to know them and be like, do we want to sign with them? Absolutely.
So if somebody was looking at this video and they were thinking about doing the owner-builder approach, what advice would you have for them?
I would absolutely say do it. There's going to be...
Well, but I don't think it's the right fit for everyone. You have to be
true.
willing for a little bit of mayhem, a little bit of chaos, it's a ton of work, but it's one of those, for us, it's one of those things that you're going to work, it's going to be very busy for a season, but you're going to be so glad you did it. And I think for us, just being able to be intimately involved in the decisions that we actually do care about along the way has, I mean, for us, I would do it. I'd do it again.
So again, I would say absolutely do it, but be aware
You'll be
of
tired.
all the things. No, be aware of all the things that you don't know. So you have to be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I can learn a lot of things and I can try these things, but you have to realize that this project is bigger than one individual, bigger than one person.
And that's why you should call.
And that's why
HomeWrights.
Exactly.
Didn't mean to lead you into that, but you've already said that for 5 minutes. So,
But that it's really the idea that going through this experience like this is absolutely rewarding, as we discussed, but having a consultant and someone that's there to help you through every step of the way, even the steps you think that you know, makes it so much more enjoyable, so much
because this should be fun. Like
so much more of an
building a
experience.
house. It should be fun. And I think for a lot of people, they're like, oh gosh, building a house, like it just sounds like overwhelming. It's like, well, yeah, it's a lot, but that's why you got to have all these extra people in your back pocket. Then it makes it.